Alright, it's Runswipe here, now got a game of domination on the map mission for you guys. And I just want to say this now, just gonna get this out of the way. I swear to God, this is my first game of the night. I didn't have my shot in at all, and you're going to see that my accuracy is absolutely horrible. And I get a lot of stupid deaths where if I was actually able to hit anything, I mightn't have died in those situations. But, you know, I get a few stupid deaths right at the start. My accuracy is absolutely horrible, as you're going to see. And, you know, I really wasn't expecting much out of this game, to be honest. But it ends up turning out to be, you know, quite a good gameplay. So, I really was surprised that I actually managed to kind of turn it around a little bit after this appalling start. But for the most part, just kind of bear with me, okay? It does get better, I promise. So I'm trying to bear with me here. But anyway, as you can probably see in the title, I'm going to be talking about the Moab. Not because I get a Moab in this game, or do I? Now I have your attention. Now you're going to watch the rest of the video just to find out whether or not I do get a Moab, or whether or not I'm just being a massive troll. Because, I mean, let's be honest, it's a lot easier to be a troll than it is to get a Moab, so... I have your interest now, don't I, though? But, personally, I love the concept of the Moab in this game. I really do. I much prefer to the nuke in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, the nuke, yeah, it was a good idea, and I see where they're coming from, but the Moab is just vastly superior. I just love the Moab. Like, I just love the concept of the Moab. It's so much better, and I feel it's much better than the nuke for several reasons. Like, first of all, the nuke, was it really that hard to get? I mean, even I, back in Modern Warfare 2, even I got a nuke. Now, bear in mind, back in Modern Warfare 2, I wasn't all that good at the game. I was a pretty bad at the start. Towards the end, I got, average-ish, but, at the end, it wasn't until Black Ops that I actually got somewhat decent at the game. So, in Modern Warfare 2, I was a bog standard player that you'd meet in any other lobby that you'd probably shit on without a second thought. I mean, I really wasn't that good, but even I got a nuke in Modern Warfare 2. And let's be honest, they're not that hard to get. All you have to do is just sit in a corner, get a few kills, and let your kill streaks do all the work, and that's pretty much going to get you your nuke. And, I mean... if I could do it, pretty much anyone could do it. I did get that one nuke, and I camped my ass off like an absolute bitch to get it. So, I mean, the second I got it, I wasn't just happy that I got the nuke, I was happy that I didn't have to try and get the nuke anymore. And, the second I got it, I just, next game, fucking low streaks, UAV, counter UAV, Pred missile, ran around with an SMG, because it was just so frustrating, because when the fact that you have to actually put the nuke as a killstreak reward means that every game you're going to be going for it, because I mean there's no point having a killstreak reward up there if you're not going to at least try and get it. So I mean, whereas with the Moab, you don't actually have to try and get it and I mean, most people don't generally tend to try to go for a Moab, until they're on a fairly sizable streak. They're like, fair enough, you're on like a 15 kill streak or so, and you realise, oh shit, I'm actually on quite a good streak. I could get a Moab out of this. Okay, let's play a little bit more defensive. Whereas with Modern Warfare 2, it's just like, okay, I put the nuke on as my kill streak reward, I have to get it, and you just sit in a corner and like wait for your kill streaks and shit. So I mean, obviously, it's not as good in that point from that regard, and I really do love the fact that, you can't just sit back and let your kill streaks do the work to get a Moab. I really do like that, because, I mean, that's what made the nuke so easy in Modern Warfare 2. And, don't get me wrong, seeing, like, the C9ers kill streakless nukes, that was fucking impressive. Especially in a game with so much random bullshit as Modern Warfare 2. But, I mean, getting 25 or 24 if you're using Hardline or Specialist gun kills in a row in a game that's as fast paced and as random as fuck as Modern Warfare 3, that is pretty difficult, and it really does kind of separate the men from the boys. I mean, the boys can get a nuke, the men can get a Moab, and I mean, even with you, like, how many of you have gotten at least one nuke in Modern Warfare 2? I bet some of you have gotten multiple nukes in Modern Warfare 2. But then again, how many of you have gotten Moabs? That's not to say that no one here has ever, gotten a Moab, but I'd say there wouldn't be as many of you who, I'd say a lot more of you have gotten a nuke than you have a Moab. That guy properly should have killed me. He was so bad. But I completely turned on that guy. But it's kind of, being seen that way on YouTube as well. Because, I mean, the nuke, it was great when Modern Warfare 2 first came out. You know, pretty much every other gameplay on like Machinima Respawn was a nuke gameplay, and it was amazing, and it had like fuckloads of views and everything. But then it kind of died down after the first couple months, and I mean the same sort of thing happened with the Moab. But you still see a lot of people putting up Moab gameplays, and they're still really entertaining to watch because they're not as easy as the nuke. There's no easy way to get a Moab. I mean, oh yeah, you can say Specialist is probably the easiest way to get a Moab, but it's still fucking difficult. Like, I mean, yeah, Specialist, you get all the perks. It means that you're better off in like 1v1 situations. You get all the perks, get all the proficiencies and everything. But I mean, you know, it's still impressive. You still have to kill 24 people. If a guy comes up behind you, all those perks and all those proficiencies aren't going to mean shit. You know, obviously, assuming that he can aim, which the guy back there couldn't. But, you know, it's still difficult no matter what way you go about getting it. So, I mean, yeah, obviously, like, running with the Assault Strike package is actually more difficult for once, whereas, you know, it wouldn't be considered more difficult back in Modern Warfare 2 because your kill streak stacked towards it. But in this game it is, and a lot of the time they're not even concerned with the Moab. I mean, they're just concerned with getting more and more kill streaks in the air, and they just end up getting it. So obviously Assault Moabs are a bit more impressive in this game, and so Specialist Moabs as well. But I'm actually on quite a good streak here, I think. And you kind of mirror, so you see that on YouTube. The Moab has definitely not died down. Whereas, you know, this time in Modern Warfare 2, it really has. Like, no one really bothers. No one bothers really going for the nuke in Modern Warfare 2 at this stage. Where, I mean, yeah, you've got fairly casual players like myself going for it because all of their friends have gotten like 15 nukes, and they're like, oh, I'm so much better because I've gotten like 23 nukes and you haven't gotten a single one. But I really didn't have fun going for the nuke, and I like the Moab because you, like I said before, you don't really have to go for it per se. I mean, Moabs can just happen, and as you're gonna see fairly soon here, oh, this guy, I was on such a high streak here, and that guy got falling in the second chance just properly scared the crap out of me, and I get my Moab. Yeah. So I'm not a complete troll, but to be honest, like, these guys were fairly terrible. I was not going into this game expecting to get a Moab whatsoever. I know it dies, I know that sentry gun. It always seems to happen that you die like as soon as you get your Moab. That always seems to happen to me. But this game I really wasn't expecting to get a Moab at all. I mean, yeah, I had like probably the best case scenario for a Moab class. Here, as you can see, I jump up, knife the air, spin around. That's how you know it's a legit Moab. It's not a legit Moab till you knife the air for no reason whatsoever. But I really was not expecting this at all, to be honest. But these guys were really bad. I can understand if you say in the comments, oh, you wouldn't have gotten this if these guys were any good. Well, obviously I wouldn't have. No one would get a Moab against like a team full of MLG, you know, MLG players, obviously. But you know, these guys were particularly bad. But you can see through the whole game, I picked up a guy's thermal sniper rifle, started sniping with it. You can tell I wasn't really, you know, too concerned with it until I got on, you know, on a fairly high kill streak, at which point I started to play more conservatively. I started, you know, kind of camping that house a little bit. But I mean, you do what you gotta do to get it, I suppose. And, you know, man, I just had so much fun playing this game, to be honest. This was so much fun for me. And, you know, obviously the fact that I got a Moab in it. But if I didn't get a Moab, I would have had fun playing this game regardless. Because I got so many kills, you know, with my gun, without kill streaks. And I think, you know, the fact that I got a Moab was nice. But I probably would have posted this game if I hadn't gotten the Moab, you know. Because, I mean, I get so many kills, and this was actually such, you know, a good gameplay. I mean, if I really wanted the views now, I could go ahead and put, you know, Moab with ACR and, you know, was it the L118A thermal. And because I could do that because I got like 10 kills with that gun, so, and I could get, you know, try and view hoard this video as much as I want, but I figure, you know, I prefer it when it's a surprise. I prefer not knowing whether or not the guy's going to get a Moab. You're just kind of noticing that, oh, he's on a high streak, and then seeing that he gets it. So, hopefully, that's the end of gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and, you know, if you liked it, you know, feel free to leave a like. But as always, this has been Frozen Swipe. I hope you've enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching.